Hello my gorgeous little loves out there and welcome. In today's video I'm going to play with the new 1UP palette from Lethal Cosmetics. I'm going to create a couple looks, do some swatches, and let you guys know my thoughts on this. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun and colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of stuff on indie makeup, so if those things you're into, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. My loves, how are you guys all doing? I'm like super bright. I have this like really bright neon shirt on, but I'm wearing this because there's some neons in this palette and I just wanted to celebrate that and have an excuse to wear neons. I don't know, this is just a color I'm not used to wearing. I also try to switch my hair up. I mean, I did a half up, half down. It's not groundbreaking, but I feel like most of the times when I do these videos, my hair just looks the same. So I'm trying. I'm a makeup person, not a hair person. I don't know how to do hair, so I tried. Anyways, I'm really excited to get into this palette. I did mention that I was picking this up on my recent makeup release video, which I'll link that below, put it in the corner. I sneak peek things that I picked up. Even though I was supposed to be committing to a no buy, I fell victim to the cute releases, okay? But I really wanted this because I really love Lethal Cosmetics. I've been a fan of many of their products. I think they come out with cool collections. They're very innovative and I feel like they always try to do something different. They don't always just keep coming out with the same, you know? So this palette right here is the 1UP palette. It's 1980s arcade theming, hence the arcade game packaging. Now it's not your like traditional shape, but I think it's freaking cute and it's not overly bulky. Like look how thin that is. I feel like you can easily store this. It's not like some packaging where it's like the shape is so insane you can't fit it anywhere. But this goes for $38. Not too bad on the pricing, and I'll show you guys up close what the palette looks like. And then it has like this little screen that switches. It has like gaming stats and it switches to 1UP. Isn't that cute? That's fun little like detail in there. And then this is the back of it. This is how it looks, and this is how the outer packaging was. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like inside. So here are all of the shades. Look how beautiful that is. There's a mirror and it's sideways like this. It almost looks like a gaming control. Like it says player 1, player 2. And this is still available on Lethal Cosmetics website. You can also get this from Camera Ready Cosmetics. If you live in the US, it's easier to get it there because it doesn't take as long to ship. And I think they're based in the US. Now, if you order it from Lethal, it has to come from Germany. So it takes a while. So I did order this from Camera Ready Cosmetics and it's already here. So what it says in here for the shades, I'll show you guys up close again. It says that there are 3 UV reactive mattes. So I think this one is a UV like neon reactive matte and these 2. Then there's also 3 regular plastic mattes. There's 3 trichrome metallics and there's also 3 dual chrome metallics. So they have different formulas in here and some of the shades just look super intensely sparkly. Like these 2 right here look very different from anything I've ever seen in a Lethal palette. Like they look like they're gonna be absolutely stunning on the eyes. I don't know if you guys can tell how glittery they are, but this is really beautiful. Can't wait to get into that one. We also did come out with some lip glosses. I didn't pick up any of them because I don't wear lip glosses that often, and these ones are like iridescent kind of shifty lip glosses, which if I'm gonna go for a lip gloss, I like more opaque, just like a color, no like glittery shifty things going on. But it says they're clear glosses with high shine finish, and then they have like a shift to them. So I think it would be a good time for me to get a little closer, create a couple of looks, and then at the end I can give you guys my like final first impressions on this palette. Alright guys, it's actually another day and I don't have any foundation on from like the beginning of the video, but I thought maybe I should start my eye look without foundation just because these shades are actually really powdery and have a lot of fallout. So I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to just start the makeup look and then go into my foundation. So let me get some eye primer on. I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime in shade 1. This is a really light eye primer, and since these shadows have, well, this palette has neons in it, I was like, you know what? I should use a really light base for my lids. And this is like the lightest like eye primer that I have. So I'm going to put that all over. So I'm going to start off with the shade called Combo, which is one of the UV shades. I really want to test these ones out since this is a new formula from Letho. And I'm going to just stamp that on through the crease. I'm gonna pack it first and then blend the edges out. This brush from BH Cosmetics is perfect for doing that. This is from like their marble collection, which I don't know if this is available anymore. It's like in a set, but I like the shape of it because you can pack on and it's fluffy enough to blend out the edges, but pigmentation is really on point on this one. And I feel like these neon shades are more on the muted side. They're not as bright as other neons I've seen in other palettes, but that's fine. It's still very vivid and pigmented and looks really pretty. So I'm going to use it all through the crease and then we'll get into another shadow. But now I'm going to go into the shade called Joystick, which is the purple UV reactive matte that's in here. And I'm going to use that as my deep medium shade. I'm not going to go too dark with this look. I think I want to keep it a little bit more like light, a little bit more bright and like 80s, you know, going for that theme. So I'm just going to concentrate this purple on the outer corner. It seems to be laying really well over that pink matte. Yeah, these actually are doing really well on one another. And I think I'll be able to like create a really nice gradient between these two shades. I'm getting like 80s Barbie vibes from this. I miss my Barbie days. I was so into Barbies when I was a kid. So now I'm going to go into the shade called Insert Coin, which is a limey yellow matte, which this is also one of the UV reactive shades. I'm just using them all in this look. And I'm going to focus that in the inner corner. And as I mesh it into that pink matte, it's going to turn orange. And I'm just going to really like that. I want that little change to happen, get some orange into this, and you know, like a pop of yellow in the inner portion. So I think I'm going to go into the metallics now. I want to use some glitter primer. I'm going to take the Give Me Glow glitter primer and put some on my hand, and I'm going to get a flat shader brush. I need to clean that off, and I'm just going to cover most of my lid where I didn't really put shadow. And I just want to put that because the metallics in here seem more on the sparkly side. So I want to avoid, you know, too much shimmer fallout, even though, I mean, I didn't put my foundation on yet. So now I'm going to go into Bonus, which this one looks super sparkly, like extra sparkly. And I don't think I've ever seen a shadow look this sparkly in a Letho palette. But this one is like a lavender, maybe has blue, like different shifts to it. It's very, very light. It looks very intense. Oh yeah, it is super intense. So I'm gonna just concentrate that on the part closest to the purple matte on the outer corner, because I'm gonna use a different shade in the inner portion. Now I'm going to take the shade called Game Over, which is a light pink metallic. It's not as sparkly as Bonus, but this one looks like it has a gold shift to it. I feel like it's going to probably look more gold on the lids. Yeah, it definitely has a gold shift, but I can still see the pink too. And I'm just going to mesh that into the Bonus shade. I'm going to go back into the mattes and build those back up. I'm going to take Joyride, the purple matte, and I'm going to lay that over the edge of that Bonus shade. And now I'm going to take the shade called a Split Screen, which looks like a really pastel yellow, but this one looks like it has a green shift to it. And I'm going to spray the brush, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion and just stamp that on. Oh yeah, it definitely has a green shift. It looks so pretty next to that yellow in the inner portion. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit and kind of mesh it into that pink metallic we have in the front here. All right, I think that looks good. I think that's all I'm gonna do on the lids. I love this combo right here. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna finish the rest of my like makeup, like do my face makeup and stuff. And I will probably just mimic the crease up here on the lower lash line and like finish up the look. And then I'll come back to show you guys the final results. I think that would be easier. yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be right back. All right, loves, I'm back. Here's the completed look. I finished my face makeup. If you're wondering, I used the Pearlie's Perfect Glow BB cream. I also used the Nabla Regeneration Concealer, and I'll make sure to link all the rest of my face makeup in the description below. But here's the look. What do you guys think? I'll show you up close. I love this. I love these 80 like neon vibes. And you know, I was thinking to myself, I don't know if the purple is one of the UV shades. I think maybe this green one is. Maybe I keep mixing that up. I don't even know. It doesn't say on the site which ones are the neon ones, but it's probably obviously like the brighter shades in here. But I really love this combo and everything. And all I did off camera was I went in with the LA Girl Shockwave liner and Screamin'. I did a little wing on the top, and then I used that in the waterline. Then I went in with the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I've been trying this out and I actually really like it. I didn't want to put lashes on because I don't want to cover up the neon liner. And then for my lips, I'm wearing something glossy and glittery, which I never do, but it went with like the 80s theme. And even the collection had like, you know, glittery iridescent glosses. So I used one that I had. But I went in with the Juvia's Place Luxe Liner and Love Me. And then over that, I went in with the Unearthly Cosmetics Gloss and Cupid. This was from their Sleepover collection. And I'm actually really loving the combo. Maybe I should do this more, but I think it matches really well with the look. But I'll show you guys one more time up close how it turned out. And I'm a big fan. But that was everything for look number 1. I think we should now get into look number 2. So I'm going to take the flat shader brush that I used in the other look from the BH Cosmetics Marvel set. I don't think it's available anymore. And I think I want to go into Power Up. The shade right here. I'm going to start with the deepest shade. Now, I did read on Letho's site that they recommend setting your eye primer. I don't normally do that. So I'm going to see how it does. I didn't have any issues on the first look. So I'm just going to put that in the outer corner and use that as the first shade because I want that to be like the most prominent shade. And I want it to just be really deep and smoky. Oh, yeah, that looks really pretty. They did also recommend on the Letho site to just pack the shadows first and then softly like blend out the edges from what I was reading, which is typically what I do with mattes, especially ones that are more pigmented or like deeper like this, or even the neon ones, so you can get it to be as, you know, pigmented and vibrant as possible. I'm gonna use the brush still, the same one. And I'm going to go into the shade called 8-Bit, which is the one I actually think is a UV neon shade in here. I don't know why I thought the purple was it. You know? But I'm going to dust off the excess since I have my foundation on now. I really don't want to have too much fallout. And I'm going to use that as the transition shade. And I'm going to use that to blend over the Power Up shade. Ooh, yeah, look at that. It's such a bright Kelly green is how I would describe it. It's really beautiful, or like a grass green. Oh, the pigmentation on that is beautiful. I'm actually kind of bringing it down to the lid. I do want to take some insert coin and use that to blend out the edges. I want to get the look nice and warm and yellowy too. I just really like this shade. So I'm just taking the same brush and I just dusted off the excess, and I'm going to go over lightly on the edge of 8-Bit, bring in that yellowness to the look. And now time for the shimmers. Yes. I think I want to go into High Score. It's one of the other sparkly shades that are super intense. And I think I'm going to just try my finger. We'll see how that works, because I did the first look with glitter primer, and this time, oh, look at that. I'm gonna just put that right there closest to the deeper green. Yes, this is so sparkly. There's a little bit of fallout, but nothing crazy. I mean, you could have also, you know, went in with like a damp brush to put this on too, if I didn't want to use glitter primer, or if you don't use glitter primer. But I think this method is fine. The shimmer fallout is very minimal from this. So now I want to use Final Boss. This one right here. This one is like a lighter green. This one looks like it has a blue shift to it. And I'm gonna use that in the inner portion. And this one is very similar to like the yellow one that I used in the first look. It's way more smooth, a little bit more satin-like, but it's really pretty on the eyes. And yes, this has a very intense blue shift because it looks super green, like right here on my finger, but I feel like on the lid, it's really translating to more of a blue, which was very unexpected, but oh, it's really stunning. I think I want to take a little bit of Avatar, this shade right here, and use it in between those two metallics that I have on the lid, just to add. I'm just gonna add that. I feel like I need to bring back some green since that shade was a lot more blue than expected. I'm gonna go back into the mattes. So I'm gonna go into 8-bit, the grass green shade, and just go above, bring that back since I covered up some of it. Then I'm gonna go back into Power Up, the deep green, and just work that on the edge over here just to get a more smoother, you know, transition and blend them together. So now I'm gonna go back into Split Screen. I'm gonna use that again as an inner corner highlight. It's the light yellow metallic that has a green shift to it. And I'm gonna wet it again. And I'm gonna use that right there. Ooh, yes. So I kind of want to take the pink on the lower lash line, like a pink pop under here. And I'm just gonna get a pencil brush and I'm gonna stamp Combo all through the lower part. I'm just gonna try to really have it be as vibrant as possible. Oh yeah, I think pink looks really cute down there. I'm gonna go and take Power Up, the deep green, and I'm gonna lay that on the outer corner just to match the depth up at the top. I want to take a little bit of Game Over, the light pink metallic, and I'm just going to use that over the front part of the pink on the bottom. And there we go for the look. I think that's all the shadows that I'm going to use on the eyes. I'm going to put something in the waterline, put on some mascara. I might do lashes this time and figure out something for my lips. So take off this glittery gloss that I have and try something else, and I will be right back. All right guys, I am back. Here's the look. I'll show you guys up close how it came out. Oh my god, I love this. I really love this one as well. This one's a little bit more dramatic and I'm feeling it a lot. Now I put on like the most dramatic lashes that I've ever put on. They were randomly sitting in my drawer in no box or anything, and I'm not totally sure which ones these are. I think these are from Glamlight though, I just don't know which style, but they're really thick and fluffy and I'm actually really loving it. It's making like the outer edges look extra fluffy and I love that look. I never thought I would be into a lash this dramatic, but I think it actually looks really good with this look. But I did also decide to keep the lippy the same. I kept the same gloss on from Unearthly Cosmetics. I just added a little bit more. I think it also goes with this look, and I'm just really feeling the glittery gloss for some reason. I did go in with the Letho Cosmetics Gel Liner and Bit Crush to match the orange, not the orange, the pink that I have down here. And I just love like the contrast. Like I'm glad I went with pink on the lower part. And I did also use the Clinique mascara again and the Huda liner to create a wing. But I'll show you guys one more time up close. I'm really loving this. I think I like this one even more than the first look. I mean, I love the first look too, but I like how like dramatic this one is, and I love greens. But that was everything for look number 2. I hope you like this one as well. I'm really feeling it. But I think I'm ready to zoom out and give you guys my like final first impressions on this palette. All right, loves, we made it to the end, and I think this palette is really nice. I feel like it's extra special. I do feel like the formula is different from their other palettes. The mattes are extra pigmented in this, but they are still blendable, and I feel like all their other palettes, the mattes were more on the buildable end. So you get great pigmentation from this, and this is what I prefer. I like pigmented mattes. I like to build them and like kind of stamp them on and then slowly blend out the edges, and you were able to do that with this palette. I do feel like you can go from deep to light with the mattes. You can go from light to deep as well. I think you can go either way. And I do feel like the metallics in here are really extra sparkly, especially these two right here. I've never seen such sparkly shades in any of the Lethal palettes before like these. The other ones are a little bit more creamy and smooth. Some are a little bit more satin, but I do also feel like you can really see the shifts with these dual chromes and multi-chromes. I feel like the other multi-chromes and dual chromes that I've tried from them, the shifts are a lot more subtle. These you can definitely see it. Like this yellow one definitely has a strong green shift. This one has a strong gold shift. This one, what is it, Final Boss, has a really strong blue shift to it. So I'm really happy that they made these shades a lot more shifty. But overall, I think it's very cohesive. I think it's a beautiful palette for the summertime, and I think they really did something with this. And I hope that they come out with more UV neon shades and other palettes and come out with other colors, maybe ones that are even more like bright and intense. But that was my thoughts on this palette. Hopefully this video was helpful and letting you know whether this is something maybe you want to purchase or pass on, and I hope you liked the looks that I was able to create with this palette. I'm excited to see what other looks I can come up with this, but you guys will have to let me know in the comments below. Did you purchase? Did you pass? Or what are your thoughts? Have you tried Lethal? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot of stuff in indie makeup, then please hit that subscribe button. Join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the palette linked as well as the rest of the collection if you want to check it out, pick up anything, both from Lethal Cosmetics website and Camera Ready Cosmetics website. I'll link both of them. I will also link the rest of the makeup that I am wearing in case you're curious, as well as my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Bracy Lifestyle and Bracy_Beauty, and I do post a lot of other content on those pages that are different from this channel, so definitely check it out. I would love for you to join my Instagram fam. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting me, being the best part of this beauty community. I really appreciate all of y'all, and I just hope you guys are all doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.